talking points, if you want to say anything about your points, you can just, they'll DIC.
Yep.
Maybe that would be good.
Okay, no problem.
Because I don't think I'll follow it.
Yep.
You want this?
Yep.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
All rise.
Good afternoon. I called this press conference to discuss a very serious matter that will impact every Houstonian and even our region. As you know, I do not call press conferences lightly. I don't waste press conferences. And this one is not going to be wasted because we're fixing to be attacked by a severe Arctic blast. It will get here late tomorrow afternoon and evening Saturday. To put it in perspective, 135 Texas counties have already been declared disaster by Governor Abbott. The conditions that brought about those declarations are headed this way. And if you don't remember another thing I say today, it's be prepared and be cautious. That's the advice I give my family, and I've given to all Houstonians because I consider all Houstonians my family. It's a complex challenge to give accurate, timely, and correct, transparent information. I've been in contact since last Sunday with 3 meteorologists. They all have different opinions. So I had to build my own consensus working with my team and talking to advisors and experts, including these meteorologists. And the information that I'm about to share with Houstonians, the directions, the advice, the pleadings, is the same ones that we should all follow. I want everyone to know what the city has done in preparation. We started last Sunday. We've checked all the boxes. I have the best team, management team, directors in America. They were selected for their expertise, their professionalism, their honesty, and their passion for public service. There's not a weak link in my administration dealing with a crisis such as this. I want Houstonians to hear what the city has done to be prepared. And then I want to talk to Houstonians about their responsibility. So we started last Sunday, meeting, met all day today. The advice I'm giving folks, built on this coalition of advisors and experts, is that there is going to be a severe storm like very few Houston residents have experienced. Yes, we had a storm last winter. Snow. A lot of people playing in that snow. But not the temperatures that we're fixing to experience over the next 72 hours. Not the chill factor that we're going to experience. Not 48 hours of possible below freezing temperatures. I cannot stress enough, listen up, Houstonians. The city is working as we talk, preparing the streets, treating the streets. We're going to open, and prepared to open right now, 12 warming centers. They'll officially open at 5 tomorrow, but we already are there prepared. Of the 12, 9 will have generators. When I was sworn in, our multi-service centers serving as cooling and warming centers had 0 generators. Now we have 9 of them covered by generators as we discuss energy in a moment. The other 3 are top priorities. Logistics kept us from putting mobile generators there. We will be open 24 hours. No one will be refused. Someone mentioned somebody's going to ask about ICE. Don't even bring it up. Houstonians, all residents are welcome. I plead with all Houstonians, regardless of their immigration status. Come to the Warming Center if you need a shelter. No questions asked. Food, blankets, cots. We take care of everyone in the city of Houston. These warming centers will be open from 5 Saturday to Tuesday morning, and we will continue to monitor events even Tuesday morning. All hands on deck in the city of Houston. We're prepared. Metro will pick you up and take you to the Warming Center if you need transportation. We do not anticipate a loss of energy. ERCOT says the grid is sufficiently resourced. But in the case that one of the icy trees in East Texas or even in Montgomery County hits our transmission lines, CenterPoint, our partner, is here. And they didn't just send a marketing person or a PR person. Mr. Santo, where are you?
Yes, sir.
Chief of Operations for all of CenterPoint. We're all in this together. We're Houstonians. We don't worry about partisanship. We want to get it done. I've got the best directors in America. Randy Maka, Public Works, has been working since Sunday, running the generators. Previous years, you tried a generator during the storm and it wouldn't kick off. Our generators are going to work. Our water treatment plant. We will have engineers sleeping on the floor monitoring the water pressure. We don't want to go into a ball water situation like 21. Our health department, led by Dr. Tran, my new appointee to the health department director, a medical doctor coming out of an emergency room into this current directorship, is going to make sure our warming centers are healthy and all the resources brought in are safe. What can I say about Brian Mason? We're in his shop as we talk. He's an expert. He collaborates with the Emergency Center in Austin, with the County Emergency Center. People wonder why I work across the aisle with Austin. It's moments like this. They've already started sending TxDOT, who's represented here today, do our overpasses in Houston. We got 25 DPS officers in reserve. If by chance we lost power, we're going to protect all the neighborhoods. HPD gets spread thin. We got 25 state troopers that are prepared to step in. So I cannot be more pleased and prepared and confident with where the city of Houston stands as we prepare for this Arctic blast. I am urging everyone, requesting you, at midnight Saturday night, tomorrow, be where you need to be for the next 72 hours. We will monitor things. If there's relief, we will let you know. But know where you need to be for the next 72 hours at midnight tomorrow night. That means we've got 24 hours to prepare, get supplies, check your pipes, drain your water, I would suggest. Pipes don't freeze, water freezes. Your plants, your pets. And let me just emphasize the pets. They can't speak for themselves. They're Houstonians in my world for the next 72 hours. And quite frankly, afterwards. The pets need to be protected in these conditions. I've asked DPS, as they patrol our neighborhoods, be on the lookout for someone abusing pets. And that includes horses in some of our stalls and neighborhoods. We will enforce animal welfare laws of the state of Texas and city ordinances during this storm. We will be in constant touch with our county partners. We will be in touch with the county emergency center. I've been in touch with the commissioners, county officials. So we're doing everything we possibly can. But back to what now I want Houstonians to do. Be prepared at midnight to be in place. Get your supplies. Drain your pipes. We ask you not to drip your pipes. It impacts our water pressure, which impacts our water treatment plant. Stay off the streets if humanly possible. Tomorrow night, after midnight, the Arctic blast will be here. And it's here to stay for the next several days. We're going to get rains. We're going to get rains tomorrow. We're going to get rains Sunday. We're worried about ice. We expect ice. And as much as we want to go to church Sunday, be cautious. Be smart. Use common sense. Lord knows I need to be at church to do the job I do. But we got to be smart. And don't be fooled by Sunday's midday weather. It could be clear, but barely, if at all, above freezing. Sunday night will be really, really cold. Chill factors in the single digits. 8, 9. Temperature in the teens. I applaud Superintendent Miles for calling off HISD Monday. I had decided to allow city employees to work at home Monday. I care about my city employees' safety, and also if there are children at home, I want them at home. Monday could clear off with a clear sky, but not the temperature. In fact, Monday night might be our coldest night. It'll continue through Monday night into Tuesday morning. We will evaluate things Tuesday morning. Our shelters are scheduled to close midday Tuesday, but we will certainly extend them if necessary. I will emphasize one more time. No one is turned away at our warming shelters. We house about 1,500. We've always had adequate. We would bump up against that with 1,400. But we will never turn anyone away. If not, we'll certainly go to the faith community for assistance. I can't tell you how important collaboration is at every level of government. The state, the county, the federal government. We're all in this together. And I want to thank the Red Cross. That's a beautiful thing that we're seeing in Houston, which we've seen before. The faith community, our foundations, the Red Cross, the food bank will be providing food in these warming centers. And the Ismailic Center, I want to thank them. So I'm sure I've left off something. But I'm asking everyone to be prepared. Remember your plants, people, particularly our seniors. Houston Fire Department all week's been visiting senior citizen facilities. In Barrow, we found out some of the management just disappeared on Independence Hall on Airline. Seniors on the 3rd floor couldn't use an elevator. That's unacceptable in Houston, Texas, during my administration. And I want everyone, if you see it, call it in. Check on your neighbors, your family, and remember those special pets. They can't speak for themselves, so speak out. Call us. Call 311. And if you're in an emergency, 911. HPD and Houston Fire is going to be spread across this great city. And as I've said, we've got backup if necessary. Thank you to Harris County Resources, their sheriff's department, their constables. What's on demonstration today, like probably never before, is the preparation by the city of Houston the cooperation of all of our communities, and I want to thank the media. I hope you really spread the word. Preparation and caution. It will work. You'll appreciate the fact that you did that. I want to call Brian Mason, the director of the Emergency Center, I think the best in America, to leave and emphasize the things, Brian. His employees, if you didn't notice them, I did earlier today, the dispatchers for the city of Houston work in this large room behind us, bringing their sleeping bags. They are here for the long haul. Brian will be sleeping on the floor at this center. First responders include all city employees during a moment like this. Can't say enough about public works. Put their lives in danger to get out and treat our roads. Parks Department helps us run our warming centers. Health Department. Anyway, I'm fired up because I'm so proud and I'm ready to display the preparation and how we care about Houstonians. Brian, would you come play cleanup for me?
You covered most things. Thank you, Mayor. So just to reemphasize a few things, as the mayor said, this is going to be a serious storm. So please, everybody at home, take caution. Make sure you're prepared at home. The forecast is a little tricky. Where exactly the freezing line is going to set up, when it's going to set up, who's going to get ice, who's not going to get ice. A lot of that's to be determined, and it's a very dynamic situation. So as the mayor mentioned, please get where you need to be Saturday night. Please plan on being there for at least 48, maybe 72 hours. Make sure you get groceries. Make sure you're prepared to stay there for, once again, 48 to 72 hours. As far as the cold, we know it's going to get cold. It's going to get very, very, very cold. Please make sure that we remember the 4 Ps, as the mayor mentioned. People, we're opening 12 warming centers starting Saturday at 5. Pipes, please make sure that you wrap and prepare your pipes. I can use my family as an example. We are going to drain the water from our house, right? If I have no water in my pipes, I don't have to worry about something freezing and breaking. So to go the extra mile, to be extra prepared, I recommend, if you know how to do it, it's just a lot safer, a lot more certain you're not going to have an issue. If you know how to shut the water off at the street, drain the water out of your house to make sure you don't have any pipe issues. A few other things. For the EOC, we're currently at level 3, which means enhanced awareness for us. We've been at level 3 since Tuesday. We are going to move to what we call level 2, or high readiness, high preparedness, on Saturday at 5 p.m. We'll have lots of our partners. The EOC will be filled with a lot of our partners from city, state, and county levels to support us throughout the event. For messaging, if you'd like to receive Alert Houston messaging, it's okay. If you would like to get Alert Houston messaging, please text Alert Houston, all one word, to 888-777, and you can enroll in our Alert Houston messaging, and we'll be able to send you real-time updates. We'll also be posting things on social media, on our website. Also keep in mind, our website now translates into 14 different languages. So if you're somebody that would like to get something in something other than English and Spanish, we have several other languages available on our website. As the mayor mentioned, we are coordinating very closely with all of our city departments, our county partners, and our state partners, whether that's Chief Kidd and TDM in Austin, whether that's TxDOT, whether that's DPS. We're working very, very closely with all of our partners, and we are very, very grateful for their support. One last comment about the airport system. We got an update from the director at the airport. They have equipment on site. They're going to start pre-treating their roads tomorrow. And they also have equipment to be able to maintain the airfield. They have a contractor that does that for them, and they have the ability to maintain the airfield at both Hobby and Bush. But as always, when it comes to your flights, especially on Sunday and going further out, please make sure you check with your carriers to get specific information on the status of your flight. And that's a brief summary from OEM. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Randy Maka with Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm not going to repeat everything the Mayor said. He's covered it really well. I will highlight a few things. First of all, as far as roads are concerned, we began our pre-treatment activities today. Those are going to continue really all through the weekend. We will retreat roads again tomorrow. We are expecting some rain to come in, and so that's going to allow us to be a little extra vigilant as we treat those roads. One thing we'd caution people on, as temperatures rise and you may see a little bit of melt out there, remember, we're going to be going through extended freeze cycles, so beware of the freeze, thaw, refreeze cycles out there, especially when it gets difficult with visibility on the roads at nighttime and other. You may not be able to see even some small glazing on the roads that could lead to catastrophic conditions. That's why we ask you to stay off the roads. As far as water is concerned, and this is really important for everybody, overwhelmingly, when we have an event like this, the number one place we see water breaks is at your own sprinkler system. The best thing you can do absolutely right now is to make sure that you shut the water to your sprinkler system off, that you drain those pipes, the backflow preventer and so forth, and you make sure that it's wrapped up really well so that you don't experience that. But overwhelmingly, every time we've had a freeze, that's where your first break is going to occur. Remember, those pipes are already above the ground, some of them feet above the ground, and that's why you experience that. We highly recommend people not to drip their faucets. The mayor's really covered this very well over the last couple years of his administration. The water system in Houston is not in the best shape. We've got a lot of investment going into that infrastructure right now, and that means that we really very closely pay attention to where pressures are going. If everyone drips their pipes, that means that we're going to have extra demand on that system, and it just makes us a little bit more vulnerable, so that if there is something catastrophic that happens, which we certainly hope there's not, but if there is, we're prepared to address it, it makes it more difficult for us to respond. So we ask you not to drip those faucets. I know that that's different from messaging you see all across the state, other states, other cities, but in Houston, we are a little bit different. Our system's a little bit more fragile, so please don't drip those pipes. As Brian mentioned, the best thing you can do if you want to guarantee that you won't have a broken pipe in your house, shut the water off to the home and drain your pipes from there. But Mayor, that covers it for Public Works.
Thank you. Dr. Tran to speak to health concerns of our clients that will be in the warming centers. Dr. Tran, an MD, and we're very proud of her being on our team.
Hi. Thank you, Mayor, and hi, everybody. The Houston Health Department has deployed hundreds of essential personnel, public health employees to work the warming centers, so we are ready and we will be open to reemphasize under the direction and support of Mayor John Whitmire. We are opening 12 warming centers across the city. The most accurate information on opening and closures of the warming centers will be on the OEM website or the Houston Health Department website, which is houstonhealth.org. Our number one priority to the public, as always, is safety and well-being. So that will be our goal, and as a physician, that is my mission and my promise, that under my supervision, we are going to do everything that we can to make sure that Houstonians are safe and well from the cold. Remember that as Houstonians in our climate, we are not acclimatized to the cold, and so hypothermia is a larger concern with a sudden cold like this. So please stay warm, follow the instructions of the health officials, and we're here to serve you. Our warming centers are ready, and they're open to anyone and everyone 24 hours starting on Saturday at 5 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Public safety is our highest priority. HPD, Houston Fire, each and every day, but particularly during stressful times like this. Chief Diaz, will you come talk about your deployment of HPD officers and what the public can do to help you?
Sure. Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to thank our media partners for getting the message out. It's important for us that we are constantly communicating during times of inclement weather. So I'd ask the first thing is, if you have to be out, slow down. Have enough distance between the car in front of you. Perhaps right now is the time to pack some sort of blanket, some headgear, some gloves in your car should you be out and you break down. Know that our teams will be out it's all hands on deck. So understand that if you break down on the road or you have a minor accident, you slide off the road, it'll take us a little bit as a police department to get to you depending on the weather condition. So I'd ask you to be patient. Please do not call 911 for a weather update or a road condition, right? So be smart, help us help you. And we're focused, we're ready. The warming centers will be covered by our police staff, and there'll be a lot of staff covering overnight. We're not going to go to 12-hour shifts just yet, but we're fluid and we will work as the information comes in from the mayor's office. So we're prepared. We're always prepared. This is something that happens in Southeast Texas all the time in the Houston area. So, Mayor, thank you for your leadership. The fires as well. We're prepared. We're ready to go. We've checked every facility is working. Everything is functioning. So we're ready to go to work. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Chief. And Houston Fire Department plays a very special role during our stressful times. And Chief Munoz, thank you. Come give us the best advice someone can. Appreciate you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everyone behind me and all the stakeholders. As the Mayor mentioned, we've been planning all week. When we started getting visibility of this, and thanks to OEM and Brian Mason National Weather Service, we started monitoring. Our firefighters and our teams, our command staff, along with all the stakeholders, have already been working together, ensuring that our stations are ready to go, our vehicles are ready to go. Along with that said, one of the key things that we focus on is not only being there for the public and our residents, but safety as well. Every year, this time of year, we have carbon monoxide deaths that we see. But thanks to all the education that we've been pushing, we're starting to see that number go down. So what we do tell people is please pay attention where you place your generators. If you place them outside, we encourage you to place them outside 3 to 4 feet from the wall of the house, the outside exterior, because the houses do have vents. Carbon monoxide can get into that house. If you're one of these people that want to stay warm in your garage, we discourage you to put on your barbecue pits, to light up the barbecue pit. That's a very common scenario that we see. That also causes is a high probability for carbon monoxide poisoning, along with fire fatalities and fires. Along with that, one of the key things that we do take a lot of pride of is how we work together with partners. In the event there is some electric outage in your area and you're cooking on an electric stove, please make sure you turn it off, because in the event that the electricity, or when it does come on, that what you have on the stove can't catch fire if you're away from the house. But one of the key things that we also focus on, and the mayor's mentioned compassion. Mayor Whitmire mentioned compassion, that's what we do. One of the things we encourage is to please take care of those around you, your neighbors, the elderly. We continuously see that. Give them a call, make sure that they have everything they need. And again, please, as has been emphasized, stay off the road. We're working with HPD, TxDOT. In the event we do have those areas, accidents on the freeways, we're working on there. Our firefighters will be responding. We are going to adjust our times come Tuesday and Monday, Sunday and Monday, to ensure that our firefighters come in at 9:30, so that way we're not driving into icy conditions, because their safety is also important. But again, thank you, and please stay off the roads if at all possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Anticipating some questions, let me go ahead and ask a moment, Mario. I know the anxiety is about our energy, our electricity. I've already said I'm impressed that CenterPoint would send their chief operating officer. I would like Mr. Santo to come forward, explain their deployments and their readiness at this time. Mr. Santo.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I want to assure you and our communities at CenterPoint there's nothing more important than the safety and well-being of our communities. We started monitoring this storm since last week, and as a result of that monitoring, this week we took very specific actions. We've been monitoring 4 variables: wind, temperature, rain, and location. And as a result of that, we're concerned about ice and the accumulation of ice on power lines and on trees, and that vegetation coming in contact with our power lines. To that effect, we've mobilized over 3,300 frontline workers, we're pre-positioning them, starting with 3 staging areas. We're evaluating that consolidation into 2, focus in the northwest part of our system. We activated our Emergency Operations Center. We are ready. As that storm passes, we're able to then mobilize as soon as roads are safe to do so. I appreciate the efforts around keeping roads accessible because we need a path, damage assessments, and be able to then safely restore that power. We've increased the number of vegetation-related crews because we expect vegetation to come down and be in contact with our power lines. So to that end, if you see a down power line, please assume that it is energized. Do not go near it. Do not touch it. Please call 713-207-2222 so that we can immediately respond to that issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Santo. You know, several years ago when I was running, I said, as we go about fixing Houston, it's going to be the collaboration that gets it done. All levels of government, relationships, experience. So obviously I'm pleased to see Congressman Al Green here. I respect his public service. I respect him being a Houstonian, someone that I've worked with as a senator for many years. Congressman, would you like to comment on the status of where we find ourselves?
Thank you very much, Mayor, and I thank your entire team for the outstanding job that they are doing and the job that they will do. The mayor and I started collaborating earlier this year when I was appointed to Homeland Security, and I have assured him and I assure you that he and I will work together. He is eminently correct. The federal government can play a role. We're not activated right now, but FEMA comes under the Department of Homeland Security. And if ever there's a need for additional support from the federal government, then I will be here to help the mayor get that done. Finally, let me say to the mayor, I have heard your presentation by way of telephone as I was coming over, and prior to that I heard the city of Houston give its representations. Mayor, I believe that you've done an outstanding job. I believe that you're ready to help and assist, but I also know that if you need more help, I will be here with you. My number is 713-383-9234, 713-383-9234, and we will be available 24 hours a day at that number. I'm assigning staffers to be there so that we can answer phone calls if it becomes necessary. This is a team effort, and I'm proud to be on the team with the mayor. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Congressman. Let me answer any questions. I can't imagine there being any.
Mayor, first off,
We've covered everything, Mario.
thank you. Yeah, you covered a lot, but I have a question about the collaboration you just mentioned.
Sure,
You show the collaboration on the public side, the public sector.
sure.
What is your message to those who are in the private sector, the business owners, the restaurants? Are you telling Houston to shut down completely effective?
No, I didn't. That never came out of my words. I've said preparation and caution. I hope that would be the clickbait that some of my friends would like to use.
But as you stress safety,
I said we would ask people to be in place at midnight tomorrow, Saturday. I also probably left out that I will give an update Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. This is a very fluid situation. I would like everyone that would like to go to church attend Sunday. I would like to. I need to. But that's going to be a decision that individuals make. The city will give our best advice and counsel, but no, I'm not asking businesses closed down. I'm asking their patrons to use their good judgment, their common sense. Look out for your family. Look out for your neighbors. I know where I will be. Well, first, I'll be riding with the chief and the health director to warming centers to make certain that I have eyes on our operation. But Houstonians need to be in place at midnight Saturday night, because in the early mornings of Sunday, the blast will be full force here with temperatures in the teens, wind chill, single digit, pets, plants, pipes, seniors, everybody. Look out for your neighbors. I want you to be careful, Mario. There's a couple of you I'm not going to see.
Can you clarify, Mayor, how, I see Elizabeth there. Can you clarify how Metro is going to be operating this weekend as well?
Yeah.
Is it going to be still running as usual?
I'm going to let the chairperson that I'm very proud of that's been involved in this every step of the way. Ms. Brock, would you report Metro's participation?
Absolutely. Thank you for your question. Our first priority is safety. We want to make sure that the safety of our riders and the safety of our operators remain the number one priority. Now, that being said, the plan is as of Saturday, we will suspend service early at 9 p.m. for regular service. Now, the rail will continue to operate as normal. On Sunday, however, all service has been canceled except for Metro Lift. We will pick someone up in the event of an emergency, and also we will continue to monitor conditions. So if it is safe to do so, we will continue to monitor Metro Lift. Now, on Monday, we will have another regular update on how services will continue depending on the weather.
And when you said rail will shut down on Sunday, is there a specific time during the event, Elizabeth?
No, rail will continue to operate on Sunday. Rail is the only exception to our service.
Mayor, you said that there will be
Thank you.
9 warming centers with generators.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, it sounded like Brian Mason indicated that the 8 centers without permanent generators would have mobile generators. So why
We've geared up. We have 4 in place permanently. As you know, you've tried to report that we had 0 when I got here. It's a high priority. Angela Blanchard, who is our resiliency officer, got busy, and actually we got recovery funding to put over 150 at our strategic locations. I found out after I became mayor, we had fire and police stations without generators. I can't imagine why that hasn't been reported and someone hold accountable. We were sending people to the warming centers when we had no energy. The hub on Kashmir that has gotten so much notoriety had no generator. It does today. So we have 4 permanent. Working with CenterPoint, we have been able to install 9 locations, and the other 3 are high priorities.
So there are 3 that won't have generators this weekend?
Sir?
So there are 3 that won't have generators this weekend?
There'll be 3 that won't, but we monitor them very carefully, and we'll take care of the residents.
What's the total capacity of all 12?
About 1,500.
And then the capacity...
But let me emphasize, before you put a cap on it, there is no cap. We don't turn anyone away.
And what happens if 3 of them go offline because of power outages?
We are very capable of adapting to situations. You see these people back here, collectively, they get things done. And it's amazing, as much as I've been so thorough about our preparation and the safety and welfare of every Houstonian, why you want to start off negative? Folks, any other question?
Yes, Mayor, there's several existing water leaks happening across the city right now, some of them in heavily trafficked areas like at Chimney Rock and Westheimer right
Sure.
now. How do you address those? What do you do when it starts to freeze?
Well, when I'm traveling across Houston on the weekends by myself, Randy can tell my direction where I've left. Leaving my house, might be going to my grandkids, might be going to eat. He knows where my trail is because I'm calling them in and reporting them. They get immediate attention. During these extreme weather circumstances, I'd like Randy to address it because he's the best.
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, about a year ago, we had active leaks in the amount of more than 1,900 at one given time. Right now, today, we're focused on about 500, far more than we want to focus on, but we are aware of high visibility, high profile ones in major intersections, major corridors. We're working expeditiously to try and get those through. That's a combination of work between city crews and contract crews. We have additional contract crews that are standing by if there is a more catastrophic break that takes place during the freeze. But, you know, water leaks is yet another one of those things where we talk about it's important to stay off the roads, particularly in those low visibility times, because you may not see exactly what's going on there. Some of those leaks aren't actually as visible even during the daytime. You know, it could be a very slow trickle, but that slow trickle is going to ultimately freeze with the temperatures that we're having. So we're working to expeditiously get as many of those done as we possibly can right now. Of course, our goal is to have no breaks across the city. That's going to take a longer lead time and a whole lot of money, but we've got great plans in place to accomplish that. We always tell folks, though, if you have a break and it's a significant one especially and it gets any worse, call 311, let us know. Contact Public Works directly. You can always look on our website for contact information to reach out to the department directly, including sending emails. We're going to take care of them as quickly as we possibly can.
Thank you.
You
Yes.
mentioned the collaboration. Metro is here, the congressman is here. Was the county judge invited to this press conference?
We've been in contact with her office.
Was she invited to this?
I said we've been in contact with her office. Anyone's welcome to my press conference, even you.
Mayor, you have CenterPoint here, and obviously CenterPoint helps provide the energy, but there's been concerns obviously in the past because of the grid. What are you hearing from Austin? I mean, you've been established there for quite some time.
Mr. Santo can give excellent information. My contacts with ERCOT and state officials is there's sufficient energy. It's the transmission that you have to be anxious about. I named a number of counties that have been declared disasters. They're all north of us. There'll be heavy icy conditions, so we worried about limbs, trees, power lines down that would interfere or interrupt with ours. That's the neat thing about CenterPoint, pre-positioning personnel and resources here at our location, so if there's an interruption, it'll get immediate attention. Mr. Soto, is there anything I left off? See, he knows I cover everything.
And I just want to follow up, Mr. Soto. The mayor early on indicated that he's concerned that there could be a branch that falls in another location within the state that can impact the transmission line, providing energy to the greater Houston area. How viable is that potential threat? Is it a reality?
Obviously, it is a reality. The city of Houston, this metro area, is fed from multiple sources. So we have power that comes in from multiple directions and not dependent on one single path that feeds this metro area.
Thank you.
Mayor, earlier today, you said for homeless people who refuse to go to the warming centers, they'll be provided a sleeping bag and a blanket.
Sure.
Your administration has talked about the change to state law, SB 1164.
When did we talk about it?
Mike Nichols has talked about it.
I know.
So I'm curious why that power won't be used. The ability
Because we're compassionate.
Yeah.
We work with them in place. We try to get them out from underneath bridges, but we respect their privacy. We respect their conditions. Huge amount of it is mental health. It may not be the time to interfere. Many mental health homeless are so emotional that they do not realize how miserable they are. We respect that. We actually have teams, professional teams, that go out each and every day. They actually know, some of the HPD officers actually know some of the homeless living underneath the bridge. That's the reason I'm so excited about the Emancipation site will be opening. Additional shelters will be opening. So yes, we follow state law, but we use common sense. I use my experience, judgment. I did spend 50 years in Austin, 10 years in the House, 40 in the Senate. So I know how to deal with the state of Texas. I run the city of Houston with this great team, and we're going to use compassion, judgment, and smarts to deal with those that just don't want to go to shelter. I begged the homeless lady at Richmond and Shepherd last year at 2 in the morning, please go with us. In the past, they were concerned about their pets. We've opened our doors to their pets, those Houstonians that I'm concerned about. So let me just assure you, if it will help, all boxes have been checked. Houston's never been prepared. very compassionate. I've got the best team in America, and it's about time that we go to work. I do want to bring on Ms. Campos for our non-English speaking, Spanish speaking first residents. Let me emphasize, everyone is welcome to our warming centers. We're not asking anyone their immigration status. Not a part of this operation. We're compassionate. If you're in Houston, we welcome you to our warming centers. You can actually call us and get a ride. We have language skilled caseworkers, health department. I didn't ask Dr. Tran to give her report in Spanish. She's fluent. And quite frankly, she's fluent in Vietnamese. We are a full-service city, and I am darn proud of everyone involved. Ms. Campos, you got a big job to try to describe everything that we've mentioned today, but thank you for being here.
Of course, Mayor. Buenas tardes. Voy a traducir brevemente el mensaje del alcalde John Whitmire. Estamos preparados. Es lo más importante que podemos hacer antes de que llegue el frío fuerte. La ciudad abrirá 12 centros de calentamiento a partir de las 5 mañana. Pueden llevar a sus mascotas si necesitan esa ayuda. Estos lugares estarán abiertos hasta nuevo aviso. Visite houstonoem.org para ver el mapa de los centros y más información. Houston Public Works ya está preparando las calles de la ciudad antes de que llegue el frío. Nuestros socios de Texas están preparando las autopistas y la ciudad de Houston está preparando las calles, especialmente los puentes y caminos elevados. Otra vez voy a decir, es muy importante para prepararte. Recuerde proteger a las personas, mascotas, plantas y tuberías. Tenga suficiente comida y agua para que dure al menos hasta el martes. Las tuberías no se congelan, lo que se congela es la agua. Estamos recomendando cerrar la llave principal de agua y vaciar la tubería para proteger a tu casa lo más posible. Llena la tina y otros recipientes con agua para poder usar el baño y para cosas personales. Desde la noche del sábado, quédense en el lugar donde va a pasar este evento. El alcalde John Whitmire ha llamado a todas las manos a la obra y la ciudad de Houston está trabajando para usted. Las condiciones pueden ser engañosas. Por favor, preste atención a las advertencias oficiales y permanezca en casa. Gracias.
Thank you. I want to thank everyone for their fairness in being here. You play such a critical role helping me represent Houston. To our translator, thank you, ma'am. To my team, I wouldn't begin to start calling you out individually. You know how I feel about you. You're here because you're the best. Mary, thank you for communications, and my chief of staff, Ms. Wilson. We're ready to go to work, so thank y'all. You be safe while we go to work. Be safe.